Lincoln was born with sensorineural bilateral hearing loss. He got his official diagnosis when he was 4 months old, though we had a pretty good idea that he couldn't hear as soon as he was born. It was the most overwhelming feeling that my husband and I have ever felt before in our entire life. You can't help but grieve the loss of the life that you think that you had with that child. Where is he going to go? What are we going to do? On one of my searches, I stumbled upon Happy Hands Education Center. I looked on the website, I saw the stories that were put on there, and it was just automatically like this fresh breath of air that we hadn't taken in at least 4 months. Like, we were holding our breath the whole time. I got him enrolled pretty quickly, and I got to see the school, and it was mind-blowing. I started to see a change pretty quickly. Several months into Happy Hands, we noticed his first sign. His first sign was Mom, and we broke down. Like, it was amazing to see that. We now have a 2-year-old, Liam, who does not have hearing loss. I asked, is there anything for siblings? We want to make sure that there is a really close bond, and that's been established. He's 2 now, and he's been to Happy Hands since he was 8 weeks old. It never ceases to amaze me, the lengths that Happy Hands goes to for families.
I was born hearing. When I was 1, I actually got attacked by a dog, and I lost hearing in both of my ears. For me, growing up deaf, I really depended on lip reading. My whole family is hearing except me. Before my mom found out about Happy Hands, I didn't know any sign. And then I started Happy Hands, and I saw this whole new language, this whole new culture, a new opportunity for friendships. Happy Hands taught me about Jesus. Before that, I never knew about him until I started at Happy Hands. And now I have a baby. His name is Cohen. He gets to go to Happy Hands like I did. For me, to be able to see him go to Happy Hands, to be exposed to sign language, our deaf culture, I'm so excited to see him grow up with that, so we can communicate well in sign and with his extended family.
I think Happy Hands was really just kind of a lifeline for us because we didn't know what was going on. This was our first child that we had been through NICU with. We were still in a phase that, any day something could happen. We were kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. And Happy Hands, just everybody here really embraced us, and we've learned so much about deaf culture and the deaf community, about what having unilateral, just his right ear hearing loss is going to mean for Knox, and how that's going to affect, where he needs to sit in class, and where he's going to struggle to be able to hear because he doesn't have that equal hearing. Happy Hands has just meant so much for us, and he has excelled here in a way I don't think he would have anywhere else. His language has come so far that we have to try and catch up with him on his sign because he knows more signs than we do.
Piper gets to go here now too. Piper is 7 months old. Both of them get to come here, and Piper gets to learn sign language so that she can communicate with Knox too, because his sign and spoken is just taken off.
Our precious little boy is Hayden Hess. When he was born, we learned about a genetic disorder that we had no clue even existed. Noonan syndrome is a multi-health system disorder. It can affect everybody so differently. When we found out Hayden carried the genetic disorder, we also found out at the same time that Dad carried the genetic disorder. With Hayden, we've had a lot more medical issues. He has gone through 3 open heart surgeries. When he started, he could not walk. he could not talk. While Hayden doesn't have any hearing loss at this time, there is still potential and risk with the Noonan syndrome, as there are so many unknowns. Happy Hands came into our lives at the perfect timing because it has taught Hayden how to communicate with us. He can sign to us if he needs to. If we don't understand a word, he will sign to us. But his speech is also taken off as well. He communicates, he has grown.
I am a firm believer without the help of Happy Hands, the staff, the other kids, he would not be at all where he is today or for the future.
There's hope. You don't have to go through this alone.
An overwhelming support has changed everything for us. Being able to help us communicate as a family unit, providing the extensive resources that they do provide, and being close friends at this point. It's been amazing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. It's been a very beautiful and overwhelmingly good experience.